Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
We begin with troubling news tonight. Shootings, fights, sex trafficking, robberies, drugs, all driven by local gangs. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Area law enforcement are putting together a task force now to stop a gang problem before it gets out of control. Now, this video hits home. Today, we got these pictures from police of a turf war last year at the Countryside Trailer Park neighborhood. At one point, officers heard reports of a dozen people roaming the area with what appeared to be baseball bats. And a lot of people in that video looked very young. In fact, some as young as 14 are getting swept up into gang activity.
And authorities say that's not surprising because young teens tend to need to feel a sense of belonging. And this, unfortunately, is one way. Valley News Team's Macy Enger talked with parents who are trying to keep their kids from mixing with the wrong crowd.
It is a beautiful day for softball, people.
Parents crowd along the dugout for the Shanley Deacons Fargo South Bruins softball game, eager to see their kids win, not just the game, but in life.
I just do the best that I can to stay totally connected with who they are with, where they're going, when they're going to be home. I talk to them about being aware of their surroundings when they get in and out of their vehicle and when they go into places.
A home run approach. Area law enforcement and city leaders recommend every parent follow because violent crimes linked to gangs are on the rise.
I want to feel safe when I go places. I know my kids do. And when our kids go out with their friends for the evening, you always hope they're safe and that they are where they're supposed to be.
Fargo police say it's a good idea for parents to let their kids know what's going on, know who their kids are hanging out with, and also get them to feel involved.
Just kind of keeps them motivated towards something more positive and keeps them busy.
But if you're not aware of what's going to happen, those are the kids that get recruited. They're lonely, they have different issues that are going on in their life, and they just get sucked into somebody cares about them. So a lot of times it's a public awareness of what's going on.
Authorities also want increased awareness to gang activity in the classroom.
We'll educate teachers so when they see some doodlings or they see some graffiti on a notepad or something like that, that knowledge is power.
In hopes that every student can have a good run at life in a safer community. Macy Enger, Valley News Live.
The task force that was talked about today will be made up of officers from local law enforcement agencies. They're asking for the entire community to keep an eye out for any suspicious activity like a fight, a drug deal, or if you see several of the same people going into and out of the same building. Fargo Police Chief Dave Todd says if you see something, say something.
North Dakota's Attorney General says the reason why hundreds of domestic violence victims across Cass County were never told that their attacker was out of jail is because of an IT issue in the notification system. Wayne Stenjum says the flaw has now been fixed, though. We were notified of the problem by a woman who called our whistleblower hotline, saying she was not told that her attacker was no longer in jail. Stenjum tells us that the notification problem affected about 300 people in Cass County since September 1st.
A cigarette is the likely cause of an apartment fire in Barnesville this afternoon. The fire chief there says the fire was on the steps between the second and third floors. A fire extinguisher was first used to put it out. The fire then flared up again. Damage was limited to the exterior of the building.
A Minnesota mother says she wants to see the school district be more accountable when it comes to bullying and special needs students in the district. Just a week ago, we investigated how Waubun schools handle bullying, and today we followed up with Superintendent Lisa Weber. She says their district is qualified to handle special needs students, and they continue to take bullying very seriously. After our story aired, Weber did review the policies with staff and wrote a letter to students about the importance of respect.
And what I'm telling you is not just in Waubun. I think nationally there needs to be better communication with parents on what bullying is. This is not just a Waubun, Ogama, White Earth issue. This is a national issue.
To find information on supporting your child if they are being bullied, go to valleynewslive.com. And if you need help uncovering fraud or corruption or any issue in your community, call our whistleblower hotline and we'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. Call 701-237-6576 and a member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth.
Minnesota Governor Mark Dayton laid out his two-year budget plan, a transportation plan, a general construction proposal, and much more tonight. During his State of the State address, the governor urged lawmakers to take political risks rather than follow public opinion polls, as the Democrats sought support for an expansive preschool learning plan for all 4-year-olds to enroll into quality and tuition-free learning programs. Dayton's plan also included bids for a new gas tax to pay for road and bridge repairs. Dayton ended his address by saying, overall, Minnesota is doing better than it has for some time, and Minnesota is doing better than most other states.
There's a new interactive map showing a criminal's picture, address, and rap sheet, but the catch, the criminals are dogs. The map in Minneapolis shows dangerous dogs there and where they are all throughout the city. Well, here in Fargo, there's mixed reaction to the new website. Some runners feel it could be a good idea and help them find areas to avoid. But some officials at animal area shelters say that it could make dogs a target of people thinking that they are doing the neighborhood a service. Animal Control in Fargo says it's rare to come across a truly vicious dog in the city.
Currently, I believe we have 4 throughout the city that are on the potentially dangerous list. I don't believe we have anybody on the actual dangerous list where they have killed a domestic animal or had a severe bite.
Animal Control says there's not a list of dangerous animals, but they do note where they get called out to.
North Dakota State University hosted its annual Clothesline Project tonight. It's for people who have been affected by violence to express their emotions by decorating a shirt. They then hang the shirt on a clothesline to be viewed by others as a testimony to the problem of violence against women. If you wish to see the gallery, it'll be open until 8 o'clock tomorrow night.
We all know the season is coming when the skies will turn dark and lightning will flash across the sky. In fact, Severe Summer Weather Awareness Week is just a couple of weeks away. But today, some first graders at Kennedy Elementary in Fargo got to see a tornado up close. In fact, they got to see one develop. The students not only learned about the weather in this land of 4 seasons, but also demonstrated how one of the most fierce and dangerous storms of the season, tornadoes, come to be.
Before they came to this demonstration, they probably didn't know about tornadoes because North Dakota is someplace that we don't have tornadoes much. We average about 20 tornadoes. When they know more about tornadoes, that fear turns into knowledge. And sometimes they carry this knowledge to their homes.
Now the students are learning about the weather as part of their science studies.
This could be a heroic night for the hometown team in Boston. UND skating in the Frozen Four. They ran into a tough Boston University Terrier team early, but we are late in the 3rd period right now, and UND has rallied. The score, 4-3, BU over UND. Alex will have more later in sports.
And for all your updates on this and weather updates, news updates, remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook to get all the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with No Wait Weather.
Well, beautiful spring-like weather as we get ready to close out the work week. It looks like more on the way, but by morning, some of you may see some flaky weather. So, yeah, we get a little bit of weather whiplash this time of the year. Let me explain all that to you. Here is a look outdoors. And right now, temperatures remain very mild, 46 degrees. Wind from the north at 22 miles per hour after a high temperature today of a lovely 63 gorgeous degrees. And that's well above our seasonal average, 86 your record high. Here's a look at the day, and late today we had some clouds kind of drifting overhead, and then things cleared out nicely tonight. A lot of gorgeous clear skies over the FM area and a pretty pristine sunset taking place out to the west as well. Here's a look at temperatures elsewhere. A cool slot up there along Highway 2 from Devil's Lake to Grand Forks, but temperatures there today quite wonderful as well. Holding under the 40s along Interstate 94 all the way into Lakes Country, where it's 48 in both Fergus Falls and Detroit Lakes. Now look at the radar. Quiet conditions with most of the rain showers really diminishing and dwindling down to almost nothing. But when we take a look at the bigger picture, swirling around the backside and heading back into northeast North Dakota is a batch of light snow in Winnipeg. And that is what I anticipate will bring us a slight chance of some moisture in the overnight hours. But nothing like the severe weather that is plowing its way through the nation's central plain states. Multiple reports of tornadoes once again today. Some large ones in Illinois as well. Severe thunderstorm warnings continue into the late night hour. The good news is the tornado potential seems to be diminishing somewhat. late tonight. Here is a look at our forecast. Here's that batch of Winnipeg snowflakes. Now watch where it goes as we set things into motion. Sweeps down through Grand Forks, maybe even Fargo-Moorhead, seeing a drizzle drop or a flurry flake flying through the Friday morning skies. Winds will be pretty brisk again first thing in the morning, and temperatures cool and crisp as you head off to work and school. A lot of upper 20s and low to mid 30s across the region. But as we go through the mid-morning hours, this moisture is out of here. The northwest winds die down, the skies clear, and we welcome spring with a doormat or maybe roll out the red carpet. 47 for Fargo's midday temperature, rising into the mid-50s. So not quite as warm as our day today, but still quite a wonderful finish. With decreasing winds that shift to a southerly direction, that will improve our temperatures for the weekend. So overnight tonight, generally steady in those low 30s by daybreak, then rising all the way into the mid-50s for your afternoon. Wind pretty light tomorrow. Elsewhere, 51 Wahpeton at 3 o'clock on your Friday afternoon, 50 for Fergus Falls, 49 in Roseau. And the planning forecast looks very swell. 70 degrees on Saturday, a nice warm day. Sunday we'll have a chance of some scattered showers and storms, and it will be, well, a little bit cooler as a result. We're talking about temperatures that will be still in the mid-60s and 70s next week again, but an increased chance of some shower and thunderstorm activity Wednesday and Thursday. So we saw severe weather in the Central Plains. It's actually moving up into the Northern Plains a little bit with places like Illinois. We're talking about that chance of storms making its way towards us late next week. We'll keep our eyes on the skies there.
Update on that hockey game with just a few seconds to go in the game. Boston University, unfortunately, scoring an empty net goal, now leading UND by a score of 5-3. So it doesn't look good for the
grimy.
Tried to rally.
Yeah,
they can do it.
All right. Well, do you want to stay up to date on breaking news and weather alerts wherever you go? Sign up for our Valley News Live text alerts. Head to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on the text alert button for all the details. Still ahead for us, if you're renting right now, why it actually might be more cost effective to have a mortgage.
But first, the role that your height may play in your risk for heart disease.